Do you want to know what your value is as a freelancer? Stick around. Hi, my name is Rajiv Doreswamin. I'm the host of the Digital Nomad Diaries show. As the fifth episode, I want to start a culture in the Digital Nomad Diaries show where I talk about my life lesson and how I can provide value to a freelancer who is starting out listening to my podcast and hopefully develop his or her craft in the space. Because for me, the reason why I started this podcast in the first place was, of course, to streamline everything that I did with the Rajiv show, but of course, to provide value to freelancers just like me. This is like a therapy time for me to talk about how I can help bring value to you as a freelancer. So let's talk about your value, what your worth is. This has nothing to do with price. This has nothing to do with the quality of work that you provide. I want to ask you one simple question. Do you know your value? Do you know your worth? And the value is, what do you bring to the table outside of your skill? This has to do with your personality, your likes. Because to me, when I started, I was energetic. When I started the freelance space, I was energetic. Then slowly I was starting to dim out. But then I realized that if I dim my light, nobody else will feel as the warmth that I feel when I give people inspiration to keep going. And that's also the reason why I made this show, is that I want to make people feel that if they work with me, they have a reason to work. It's that energy, that spark, and that is my value. I want to ask you, what is your value? What do you bring to the table that you can change in a person? Because regardless whether you are working with a team or you're working a solo or you're working with a CEO or CFO, whoever it is, everything else is fine. You're getting paid, you're getting to do what you do. But in the end of the conversation, you need to also have the knowledge of making people feel like, yes, the reason why I hired this person is because so and so. Your reasons may vary, and I know that probably I may be talking to introverts, extroverts, ambiverts, all types of people. But the beauty of this whole podcast is that I want to open that conversation. And I want to ask you, what is your worth? What do you bring to the table? And let's open this conversation in the comment section. And with that in mind, cheers, folks, and I'll see you in the next episode.